Hi, so this is my health policy analysis. So this is both in the Assembly and the Senate. In the Assembly, it's A10099. In the Senate, it's S08034. The purpose is to establish a pilot program which shall provide support services to volunteer certified first responders suffering from the effects of traumatic stress related to the performance of their duties. This was introduced during the 2019 and 2020 Senate and Assembly year. It's currently in the committee of both houses. It has not yet been discussed on the floor. And the sponsor for the Assembly bill is Steve Stern, and the co-sponsor is Brad Hoylman, and the sponsor for the Senate is Monica Martinez. The title of the bill is an act to amend the executive law in relation to establishing a pilot program for the prevention of and treatment for the effects of traumatic stress on volunteer first responders, providing for the repeal of such provisions upon expiration thereof, and making appropriation therefor. The summary of provisions are as follows. Section 1 is to amend the executive law by adding new section 715. Section 2 appropriates the sum of $375,000 to the Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services, and Section 3 sets the effective date of when this will go into effect. The purpose of this bill is to provide a pilot program that will provide support services to volunteer certified first responders who are suffering from the effects of the traumatic stress related to the performance of their duties. The intended outcome of this program is to provide a peer-to-peer program for certified volunteer first responders, which is based off a highly successful program called the Joseph P. Dwyer, which is currently used for military veterans. The Joseph P. Dwyer program was created to honor an Iraq war hero from Mount Sinai, New York. If you'd like to learn more about it, I have a hyperlink here, as well as it's in my references. So this will provide a variety of services to certified volunteer first responders, which includes preventative mental health care, a peer-to-peer training program, and peer-to-peer support, and assistance to access support services for those suffering from the traumatic stress related to the performance of their duties. And hopefully this will then reduce the number of suicides by certified volunteer first responders, as well as increase both psychological and physical health. This bill is important because first responders are on the front lines of traumatic events such as fires, motor vehicle accidents, domestic violence, crime scenes, and other emergency situations where they are repeatedly exposed to sites and situations that can lead to lasting trauma. In 2017, nationwide, 243 volunteer firefighters and other responders took their own life, which is more than the number that died in the line of duty. Also, most of these individuals who are volunteer first responders also have family, other responsibilities, and oftentimes a full-time job on top of donating their time to the community. And firefighters and EMS providers face the risk of many psychological concerns such as anxiety, depression, burnout, post-traumatic stress disorder, and others. So major obstacles to this bill being enacted is that it was introduced late in the Senate and Assembly year, so it likely won't be heard during this year. It will probably roll over into next year. So hopefully, because there is an election year, that it will still be heard and passed next year. The major concern to it being passed is that it has a large fiscal implication for the state. It costs $375,000 to enact. And while everybody would love to help certified first responders, it may not be in the budget, so that would be the major concern to this bill being passed. For our role as occupational therapists, we are trained mental health professionals, and we can have a large impact on improving the mental health and quality of life of these individuals. And many occupational therapists work with military veterans and treat them for psychological impairments such as PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and we can therefore adopt similar treatment strategies to work with volunteer first responders. And occupational therapy is still emerging in our role in mental health, so it's important for us to continue to advocate for our role in treating individuals with mental health and even those who don't through preventative treatment. So I feel that this bill is very important. My dad is actually a volunteer first responder in our town of Pittsford, and he has seen many traumatic incidents throughout his years and received this award for resuscitating somebody who was not breathing at a scene. And I feel that this bill could have a really large impact on not only him, but other first responders. We do have a very large number of volunteer firefighters, EMS, and police officers in the state of New York. So I feel that this bill could be really important to help them discuss their mental health and bring preventative treatment as well as that peer-to-peer program. I encourage you to check out my references right here, and thank you for listening.